Hey y'all, another week passes, and just like every week previous, I have learned a lot since last week that I would like to share with you guys so that if you haven't already had these problems yet, you can avoid them in the future. And then after I go through some of the stuff I've learned this week, I'll go ahead and show you where I am right now on my account per guest request and let you see my runes and tell you like the runes I'm going for and basically what I'm doing. So first, let's start with the things I learned this week because, oh boy, do I have some pretty big ones. Did you know that you can actually recruit Trevor and Evelyn without paying money? Yes, surprise, surprise. Multiple guildmates of mine have reported Trevor and Evelyn coming to the contract list in the form of a Neostone purchase, where they did not have to pay $26. They in fact only had to pay 8,000 Neostones to unlock a $26 character. Now, is this intentional or is this a bug? I don't really know, but I know if you see them in your shop, you better do that because you can get 8,000 Neostones in a day. So basically, you're saving 26 bucks in one day if you do that. Now, they did not clarify whether or not they were free-to-play players or if they were pay-to-play players and if that affects the algorithm that brings them into your shop, because I am a free-to-play player and I personally have not seen them in my shop. I was not able to confirm if they show up in the shop for pay-to-play players, but I do know that the coding involved for them to not show up for free-to-play players and only show up to pay-to-play players would involve, adding more source codes, and then somebody would probably be able to dig that out of the source code if it was true or if it was not. So if you are educated in Python, go ahead, or whichever JavaScript, go ahead and pull the source code and tell us if free-to-play players can get Trevor and Evelyn through the Neostone shop. And of course, if they come up in my shop, I will buy them instantly and let you know that it was not a problem for free-to-play players to get it. Why is that so hard to say? Free-to-play players, free-to-play players. Can't fucking say it. Neostone levels. Okay, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. So anyone that has a level 50 character already knows this. Once you get past +3, it starts costing you 30,000 Neostones to upgrade to the next level. Now you can get roughly 7,000-8,000 a day depending on how far your guild is in guild level, how far you are in your whichever one gets you the Neostones daily. You can get 8,000 a day, but as if you have 5 team members that you're trying to promote, this goes up to above 50,000. So we're looking at roughly, how much? Math. So if it's 50,000 for 5 dudes, it's 250,000. And then of course, 30,000 for your 5 dudes. What is that? 15. You're looking at least 400,000. Am I saying that right? 400,000 Neostones to promote an entire team to level 50. That's a lot. That's going to take a long time. So if you are spending your Neostones on anything other than this, stop doing that. Unless Trevor or Evelyn come in the shop, because that's going to save you real life money, and we like that. We like saving real life money. Also, if they've came up in your shop, by the way, and you're free to play, let us know, because a few of us have been wondering. Another thing I wanted to show you that I learned today, if we go to the card draw, one second, let me pull it up so that I can see what I'm talking about in real time. Whenever you're doing the normal draw, you can view your rate up cards and you can change the cards that you have an increased rate to get, depending on if you have the unit. Like I could deselect Bannon, select Ziv, and now I have a higher chance to get his card. If I hit OK, then that's great. The thing that I didn't really click in my brain yet is you cannot do that for these rage cards. And the rage cards are how you promote your rage skills, and a lot of rage skills get exponentially better as you promote them. Plus the rage cards are a huge part of the build of your character. Like for example, my entire team, half of their effectiveness comes from rage cards, and I'm not even kidding, because like I go off a gimmick that needs the stats from the rage cards for them to succeed. So if your rage card is on your team, if you have a rage card that's on your team in the rotation, like right here, say if you're using this one and you're able to pull it today, you should probably save your cards and try to pull for those rage cards, because it's a lot harder to get the rage ones than it is to get the heroes, because after today, that one's going to go away until it swaps back in the next rotation. Look, like I need this one. I need the fast supporter rage card. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save my cards until that day rolls around, because I also use Hartman's solution. So I have a bigger chance of pulling these, and then whenever I get these, I can promote them so that I can skill up my rage skills, because your rage skills only need to be promoted 3 times and they're done, like how your hero cards or whatever they're called need to be promoted 9 times. But at the same time, you can get those really easily because you can upgrade a card from a gray status all the way to the SSR. I do it all the time. It's like not that hard. Plus, once you upgrade an SSR to 20, you get a token, you disassemble it, you get another token, and it just like, it basically just keeps going and going. Don't disassemble level 1 cards. Don't use level 1 cards as experience. If you're getting rid of a card, level it up to 20 first. Once it's leveled up to 20, then you can use it as experience for another card, or you can disassemble it, but do not lose out on those free tokens, because you are essentially throwing away a token. Whenever you use like an identical SSR card to promote a unit and the card you used was level 1, you lost your token. You got to take the card to level 20, get the token, and then you can use it to promote. So do not lose out on that. Don't do it. And if your rage skill is in rotation, then do your pulls, because the last thing you want to do is get, like, say this card. I don't want this card. I don't use this card. So if I do a ×10 pull and I get this in SSR, that's a shame. What a waste. I only get tokens whenever I could have gotten a card I could use to promote a rage skill that I'm using for my units. So next, I'm getting, like, I just go on and on and on and on. It's hard to move on because I want to make sure that I don't leave anything out. The next thing I want to talk about is Trivia 11, because following me, you know, my team, I made as a basis to do average in everything. So whenever we went through Trivia 10, we found that they can manual Trivia 10, auto it at a pretty high rate at this point, but they were unable to do Trivia 11. I actually got a comment in my video saying that this guy has it on full auto. He can full auto Trivia 11, and I was like, that's bullshit. There's no way you can full auto Trivia 11. Well, guess what? I entirely believe this guy, because I actually went into Trivia 10 and tested the units he's talking about. And he says that whenever you use Zid, and what is this guy's name? Am I saying it right? Ziv. Whenever you use Ziv and Kairos, the boss does not get to take turns. And I'm like, wait a minute. That makes sense, because I use my Nadine to slow the boss, and I use my Nadine to push back her attack bar, which is why I was able to do floor 10. So whenever you get Ziv and you get his SSR card, anytime he does a critical attack, it decreases their attack bar. And I'm like, that's huge. Every single attack he does can decrease her attack bar. So that's very good. And then I was like, wait a minute, why Kairos? He does the same thing. Whenever he poisons and he gets an attack on the poison enemy and she can be poisoned, he absorbs her attack bar. So not only is he just decreasing her attack bar, he's increasing his own so that he can take more turns and decrease her attack bar even more. All you have to do is get to her, get the first hit, knock her attack bar down, and she will never get to hit you. All you got to do is bring Ziv, high crit rate, accuracy, speed, Kairos, high accuracy, speed, Nadine, high accuracy, speed, Josephine, of course, I'm always going to bring Josephine because she puts on the speed buff. So all of those times they're hitting the boss down, decreasing the attack bar, decreasing the attack bar. Josephine is increasing your team's speed, so they take more turns to do that even more. I am absolutely certain that whenever I build these units and get enough speed to get a full rotation of turns before the boss, because the Trivia 11 boss has a super duper high speed. I think it's like 1500, and she gets the first turn on me and it screws me over. But whenever I get the speed, I'm working on it. I promise you it's going to work. So shout out to this gentleman right here. Very good. Thank you so much for telling me that. All of y'all, if you don't have 3,000 points in the arena yet, go ahead and spend like 300 diamonds and get some tickets and just go up there. You don't have to do, you don't have to do the super hard teams. Like if there's a team that's just tossing your salad, like a certain unit, like if Examina, every time you go against an Examina, you die, just don't go against Examina. Fight teams that don't have Examina, push yourself to 3,000, and the more people that join the game, the more people that are going to help you boost your rating, because you will be farther progressed than them whenever they first started, and you can use them to farm up to 3,000. We can all get 3,000, we can all get Zip. Kairos is actually the banner right now I was able to get him and his legendary exclusive equipment just by doing 1 times 10. That's based on luck. My brother did like 10 times 10s and didn't get them. Sorry, bro. Called you out. But basically, get these units, and then Trivia 11, once we have the speed to get to her first before she gets to us, she is a mincemeat. We're going to be able to take her out so easy. So thank you so much for telling me about this, because it's really a shame that there's like all these units I want to build now, because whenever I first started, I theory crafted my team, yada, yada, yada. But if I wanted to just focus on Trivia 11, if you're focusing on Trivia 11, the main person you should be working on right now is Kairos, because you probably don't have Ziv if you just started. Just work on Kairos. Trust me, it's going to work. Next thing I want to talk about. So we're doing Trivia 11, so we have a 100% chance to get 5-star equipment, right? Well, you want to know something I saw? You want to see something very interesting to me? All this 5-star equipment we have is going to be obsolete, because if you go into the disassemble screen, you can actually see 6-star runes here. Why is this here? They're going to put 6-star runes in the game. 6-star runes are going to be way better than 5-star runes. So if you're dropping like millions and millions and millions of gold, plus 15ing every 5-star you have, don't do it. Just plus 15 your legendaries or your purples, and then put them on the guys you're using, and then save your gold, because the 6 stars are going to cost a lot of gold to upgrade. It's going to be expensive. Anyone that's ever played Summoner's War, ever played any game with 6-star equipment, super expensive. Just wait till that comes out. Build everybody up to the best that they need to be, and then save all your gold, because that's going to be huge whenever that comes out. That's what's going to separate the weak from the strong. Whenever we can all be as strong as we want right now. Truth is, if they drop 6-star runes today, the first person to farm a full set of 6-star runes for all their units is the best in the game until everyone else gets 6-star runes. So definitely save your gold and save your energy, save your diamonds, so that whenever 6-star equipments, it's Runes and Summoners War, whenever 6-star equipments become available, we can all get them, we can promote them, and then we can just like take everything else in the game, you know, a step at a time, and make it a lot easier with the stronger equipment. The other thing I wanted to bring up, because I've seen this asked in guild chat, is this crafting. Is it worth it to upgrade? The answer is yes, because after you upgrade, I'm so sorry, I don't know. It's the coffee. After you unlock all this stuff, like bringing this building to level 4, you're like, oh yeah, I unlocked everything. That's all I needed to do. Wrong! Because after you get to like higher levels, like level 7, the crafting time minus 4 hours is humongous. And if you see, I'm in the middle of an 18-hour craft right now, that if I was able to take 4 hours off of that, could very much help me in the future. We already saw how many Neo Stones it's going to take to promote our team. If you are also working on another team like I am now for Trivia 11, you're going to need way more cores, way more Neo Stones, so you want to get these cores as fast as you can. And the ability amplifiers, you're going to need a lot of those too. So if you can craft these instantly, that is going to save so much time. Do you know how much time I'm spending right now crafting tanker cores for Nadine? It's atrocious. It takes so long to do. Okay. I'm super hype. I'm gonna bring it down, calm down a little bit, because I was excited to tell you about all the things I learned. And now I was requested to show you my units and where I am right now in the game. So where I am right now in the game is I've been sleeping on the underground thing. I'm on level 30. I was going to do it on video, but it's just kind of a pain. You just have to be able to do a lot of damage, and that's all there is to it. And I didn't have the damage quite ready yet. So I have been working on Trivia 11. I got 10 on lock. 10 is easy, even with my unbuilt Ziv and my unbuilt Kairos. This is on lock now. So my goal is to work on stage 11 for Trivia. But if you wanted to imitate my teams or my units, this is what I have going on for my guys so far. Josephine, attack speed 1200. Not great, but she also has this speed pill to increase her attack bar at the beginning of the fight. Who else has it? Of course, Amy has this one to increase her attack bar by 100 as well. And then once I promote this, increase the supporter's attack speed. So she's got a high speed. We just need to work on it for that Trivia 11. That's pretty much all I've been focused on, is Arena and Trivia 11. And if you're focused on Arena, if you can beat like 10 units, all you have to be able to do is beat Christopher, beat Lakshmi, beat Popo, beat Tarak, beat Marissa, and then like maybe Trevor. And then if you can counter all those units, you can just climb forever and ever, because that's like all anyone ever uses. Like, you probably have one of them on your team. Not saying they're bad units. I'm saying that they're so common that it would be very easy to build a counter team and just like completely sweep the arena, like fucking line after line, just taking people out. So I've just been focusing on super boosting my guys, getting all the... You hear how loud this UPS guy is? Do you hear him right now? You're so loud. So am I. So who am I to talk? I'm sitting here being loud too. I will show you the runes I got rolling on my dudes that have me able to do Trivia 10 on auto, and I'm pretty much able to do pretty much anyone in arena. I'm not going to say I can beat everyone, but my guildies are in the top 10. I have multiple guild members in the top 10 of arena, and whenever I fight their defenses, I can win. So that's all I'm going to say about that. This is what I'm using to do it. Nadine, broken set right now. She's on Swift, or whatever this, dash, to give her the bonus attack speed. She is on attack speed, defense because her base defense is so high, effect accuracy because she has a lot of bonus effects that she needs to put down. Josephine, purely speed build, attack speed, HP so that she can do more healing with her heals, and then effect accuracy so she lands the speed buff more often. Bannon, attack speed, faster, crit rate. He has a pretty good multiplier and does a lot of damage, so I like him to crit because that can be a pretty good single target. And then flat attack, just because this has 105 speed and I'm working on him. He needs some work. But Amy, attack speed, I swapped this from attack percent to attack speed because she was getting cut in between a lot. And on trivia, whenever everyone else has taken 2 turns, she's only taken 1. And that can be a problem for me. I've almost gotten her explosive bullet to +5 to where we can unlock another set bonus. And I'm thinking about putting her on looting after I get that second set bonus, but we'll have to see. Crit damage so that she does more damage, and then attack percent instead of effect accuracy. I'm starting to lean away from effect accuracy because I was mostly focused on it for arena, but I don't like putting RNG factors into my arena anyways, so I don't know like if I would really focus on that. I am, however, thinking about replacing Tala with Ziv because this third skill, not only does it pull everyone into the middle of his target area, it has a chance to confuse them. So he can pull everyone together, have a chance to confuse them, and then Amy can pull everyone together again, AoE damage, same people, and then have a chance to stun them. So if they don't get confused, they might get stunned. If they don't get stunned, they might get confused. Thinking about replacing Tala because Tala's purpose right now is buffing the crit rate of my team. And as I work on, especially whenever 6-star equipment comes out, the sub stats will be higher so that we can get higher crit rate subs, and then maybe I won't need her for that. So she is still on a Frankenstein set. Attack speed, crit damage, I swapped that from pin rate because she has good initial pin rate, good initial crit rate, so it's nice to see her pop out a big number once in a while. And then attack percent, I have her on somewhat of a nuker build too. Now this guy, I'm pretty sure I just have him on the fastest. Nope, not even. That's HP percent to live, crit rate because he needs to crit to decrease attack bar, and then HP percent because he's such a low level. Whenever I, increase their abilities and get their exclusive equipments and level up their cards and stuff, I'll be able to replace his gloves with attack speed and probably his boots with effect accuracy. And then the last person I'm working on, I just got today. So Kairos, since I pulled him through the banner, I was able to get his legendary exclusive equipment and his legendary card. He is going to be on attack speed once he gets high enough to survive on his own. This probably going to stay HP or defense because since poison does a base percent of damage anyways based off the enemy's total HP, it doesn't really matter if he's doing a lot of damage himself. If the enemy has 10,000 defense and he's only doing 20 damage, the poison is still doing a percentage of the boss's health. So that's what I'm using him for. He also does good damage if you build him for nuke. This is defense percent, also going to be effect accuracy, so he can more likely land poison and more likely drain attack bar. So that's it for my team so far, y'all. My sets are mostly just focused on dash sets for everyone that needs to move quickly. And then I had Amy on some crit rate sets to try to get the crit rate out. But other than that, it's just broken. Whatever has the highest sub stats, that's why I pop on it. I'm like, oh, this has 16 crit rate. That's better than a raid set. Pop it on, and then I basically outweighed the value of a raid set anyways. That's going to do it for me. I've been talking constantly. I need to drink some more coffee so that I can go even more ham. And then that's going to be my report for today. By the way, thank you so much for 200 subs. 100 of my subs were from whenever I did Skylanders back in the day, and this other 100 is from y'all, my buds, now whenever I'm doing Heroes War Counterattack. So I love that I have 100 subs from Heroes War, and that y'all from Skylanders have stuck around too. So I will be doing something very fun tomorrow. Stay tuned and find out what I'm talking about. But that's it for me. I'll see y'all later. Bye.